welcome to your relationship right now reading. So all you need to do is choose one of the 4 piles that you're drawn to. So we have the raw amethyst, we've got the green Aventurine heart chakra, the rose quartz pyramid, or the fool's gold. Whichever reading you choose, it'll be timestamped below, so you can click on the link and it'll take you straight to your reading. So in this reading, we're going to be looking at the energy of the relationship just now, its communication, its strength, its weakness, its reality, its passion, and the key to its future. In this reading, it might be a love relationship, but it could be any relationship that you're having going on in your life just now. So have a look at the cards, which pack are you drawn to, which crystal you're drawn to, and choose your timestamp below. Hi to those who chose the purple amethyst. So we'll pop that over there. We'll see what's going on in the cards, see what's going on in your relationship right now. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please hit the subscription button now. It's completely free, but it helps the channel to grow. And if you hit the notification bell, you'll get notifications when new videos have come out. And if you enjoy the video, please leave a comment and hit the like button, that'd be great. So it's energy that you've got coming for your relationship just now is the Fool. So again, this might be a love and romance relationship. It could be with somebody else in your life. It's communication. It's the Knight of Wands. Its strength is the King of Cups. Looking at its weakness. Its weakness is the 5 of Swords. Its reality is the Hermit in reverse. Its passion is the 4 of Wands, and the key to its future is the Ace of Pentacles. So for those of you who've been drawn to the purple amethyst, it looks like you've got a really exciting relationship going on at the moment, and there's an aspect of it which is quite, it's got a divinity to it. With this King of Cups and the 4 of Wands here, there's something that, so it could be that you're dealing with a soulmate, and again, it might still doesn't necessarily mean that it's in a love relationship, but it does feel that there's a very strong connection going on here somewhere. So that there is an energy just now with the Fool in reverse, that something's bringing it to a little bit of a halt, or it's a pause, or maybe it's a relationship that you're just looking to go into. But wherever it is, right now, at this moment, it's not moving, it's stopped. For some reason, it's not actually going. There's also this feeling that it's not as fresh as you wanted it to be in some way. But communication is about to change that very quickly at the moment. As I say, this is a reading about what is happening to the energy at this moment right now. And it really is saying that any minute now, this Fool is going to be blasted away, because communication is coming in quite quickly, very, very quickly at the moment. And the reason it's going to be coming in so quickly is because whatever this relationship is, it's just absolutely filled with love. And the communication coming in is going to be in a very loving and passionate and heart in the sleeve kind of way. So this could be communication that you're going to be rushing in with, or it could be communication that someone else is going to be rushing in with. But it's going to be very passionate communication coming in, and this is a real strength to it. This is what's going to push this this relationship out of this still pause, or this not quite beginning point at the moment, is the fact that so much love and passion is about to come in. Its weakness is the 5 of Swords, so it does feel that maybe an argument has happened recently, and that's what's caused this cooling off kind of thing. So it's got all this passion here, and often when we've got this passion, it's kind of can cause a lot of conflict, because when you've got passion bubbling over, then often there's a lot of, this seems like quite a fast-paced, quite fast-moving relationship, and often when that happens, because people aren't pausing in between conversations and words, that sometimes you're going to have these kind of clashes. But it is something which is showing that up as being a bit of a weakness in the relationship, and it's sometimes causing a bit too much conflict. And so it's kind of guiding you here that sometimes, although you've got all this passion and it feels like it's from both sides, however it is, and it comes rushing at each other and it flows with love and it's really fast, that love can also have the flip side of it, because it's rushing in so fast that cutting words, or feels more like clumsy words actually, slightly childish words, can sometimes happen by accident, because there is so much love here that these words aren't actually meant, but when they come out they can have quite a lasting effect, which is sometimes cutting into the relationship. It's reality. You've got the Hermit in reverse here. There's a slight, as I say, not a childishness, there's a naivety to the relationship. And its reality is that sometimes, because it seems very reactionary and very, not ego-based, not in a horrible way, but more just that it's so fast-paced and so fast actioning that when you're coming at each other with all this love and then sometimes these conflicts and these arguments and all this passion, that sometimes you're not really pausing. It's kind of saying that there's not enough pause happening, and the reality of it is, for whatever this relationship is in your life, for it to become more solid and be more grounded, so it can actually build and turn into something else, the reality is you need to be having these pauses and looking at each other and starting to see the mirror aspects that we can have within a relationship, so that when someone says, when you're reacting badly to someone, working out what's actually triggering you, what's your part in it. It does feel that there's not many lessons happening because of this. There's not much inner work happening. So although all these passions are there, it means that there's not enough room for growth. The reality of it is that sometimes this pace is stopping it really growing into something a lot more solid that it could. You've got the Four of Wands as being your passion. So although some of this is quite fast paced, it's still, as I say, for some of you this could potentially be a soulmate or a twin flame with the Four of Wands here. But its passion is that actually you're both on the same side. So if you are having clashes, you're still wanting to be together very much. As I say, this relationship feels very full of love and desire for each other. And it does feel that you're both moving in the same direction. There just needs to be a little bit more internal growth, maybe a time to grow up a little bit within the relationship for both of you to learn how to communicate, that when you are feeling frustrated or angry, to show the same passion and caringness that you do when you're in the loving mood, that when you're feeling angry. A little bit more empathy perhaps, just being able to support each other, because it does need to have a little bit more reality and support and growth within the relationship. But the key to the future is that although that might be what's happening just now, this Ace of Pentacles really talks about this, that you are actually so able to support each other. There's something this is why it's got this more twin flame, it's got this innocence to it, it's got this coming together, this supporting each other, that it's got the potential here to become something really grounded and really solid. If you can do this inner work between you, it looks like it's something that you could not only just do between you but with each other. If you're able to get to that point where you can do that, the key to it is that it's this wonderful new beginning, this new start, this very stable place that you can get yourself to, where it's not just passionate and love, but it's also being able to communicate no matter what the mood is, so that you're able to work through some of the tougher times, so the tougher times aren't causing so many breaks or pauses in the journey when you might withdraw from each other and become a bit too serious. When the tough gets a bit tough, it's like that's when the support goes. And this is really saying the key to it is getting that all-round grounding, not just the fun loving bits, which are a bit easier for us all to do. So that's what I have for those of you who've chosen the Amethyst. Please leave a comment if that's resonated. Don't forget to hit the subscription button and hit the notification bell and hit the like. And if you can share the video, I'd really appreciate it. It'd be great. And hopefully see you again at my channel. Hi to those of you who chose the heart chakra. So in this reading we are looking at the energy, communication, strengths and weaknesses, the reality, the passion and the key to its future. So for those of you who haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do. It's completely free. Just hit the subscription button, and if you hit the notification bell, it'll let you know when new videos are released. And don't forget to like the video if you enjoy it, and leave a comment, let me know how it resonates. So just looking at for the green Aventurine pile, the energy of the relationship. So this might be love and relationships. love and romance, but it could also just be a relationship which is happening in your life at the moment. The energy of the relationship right now. What is the energy of the relationship right now? So energies change constantly, they're constantly shifting and changing, but what we're looking at just now is exactly where it is at this moment. The moment you find this video, the moment you've been drawn to the heart chakra. And the energy you have coming out is the Ace of Wands in reverse. So it could be that the energy of it, something's being dampened a little bit at the moment. And we have its communication with the Ten of Pentacles. We're just looking for the strength of the relationship as it stands at the moment. The Eight of Pentacles. So looking for its weaknesses at the moment. So far it's looking at quite a grounded relationship. So I think for a lot of you, whoever it is, you're looking at a relationship which isn't brand new. Its weaknesses. So we have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. So now just getting a card for its reality. Oh, too many there. We have the Two of Swords for the reality of the relationship at the moment. Getting some guidance on its passion right now. What is the passion right now for this relationship? We have the Knight of Wands and the key to its future. We have the Three of Swords. So, looking at all these together, it does seem that for some, it feels that if you chose this pile and you're not actually in a longer term relationship, this might not be the pile for you, because this feels as though the passion's come to a little bit of a halt somewhere within a relationship for some reason. And my immediate message that I'm getting is because that something has happened which has hurt someone within the relationship. So it could have been that you're the one who's been hurt, or it could have been that you have something has happened and you have hurt somebody else. But that's really put the dampers on something. It's taken away its joy, it's kind of dulled its light, and it's causing real problems within the relationship being able to move forward. The communication within the relationship is the Ten of Pentacles, and this is why I'm saying that if this feels very much like it's quite a stable long-term relationship, because it's very established. The communication has a very established pattern. It's like you know how to finish each other's sentences, you understand what the other person means by certain tone inclinations, you know what I mean? It's like you know what they mean by I'm fine, you know actually if that means they are fine or actually they're about to really blow their top. But the communication is very solid. So whatever has killed the passion here, the guidance that you're being given here is that actually, looking at all of these cards, your communication in this matter, or being open to communication coming towards you, is going to be absolutely the vital key for you to work your way through these Three of Swords, whatever this painful energy is which is happening here. The strength within the relationship is the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. As I say, it feels like a very long established, or at least an established relationship. So not talking years necessarily, but it's quite, there's a lot of understanding between you. And the understanding and the ease of communication has made it a really easy relationship to be in, even to the point that maybe the passion feels like it might have gone a little bit just because you've almost taken each other for granted. This is very much feeling like something, it's been so easy, and that is such a strength within it, but it does mean that you're not trying so hard. Both of you don't really feel the need to try so hard at the moment, and that's while that's a strength because it's so easy, it also means that sometimes you can just kind of rest a little bit too much on your laurels when actually you need to be putting the effort in. But the strength of this, the fact it is so easy, means that whatever pain or whatever has damaged or is interfering with the passion and the fire and this energy is going to be easily communicated, because you listen to each other. even if you feel that you don't, the cards are really saying that you both talk from a very heart-centered, kind place. It feels as if you can work through problems before. So if you haven't already come across a problem before to test out that kind of theory, this is saying actually just now, trust in the fact that because you are so either not necessarily easygoing with each other, but the conversation is very easy between you. You have a deep understanding of how the other one works, which makes it really fluid to talk to each other. We have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse here. It feels as if that new seeds need to be sown. So this easy communication, that there is this, as again, it's coming back to this slight feeling that an effort isn't being put in, or you're feeling an effort isn't being put into you. And if that's the case, this is really urging you to communicate that if you think that someone's not paying you the right amount of attention anymore, or you're concerned that they're just getting a bit bored with you or something, then you can talk to this person. You can really go to them, because new seeds need to be planted, because something has taken, literally blown the fire out from whatever is happening in this relationship. With the Two of Swords here, this is about your reality within it, and it's pushing you to remember that this is something you want to make work. This is something the other person wants to make work. Whoever this relationship is with, be it a romantic relationship or just a relationship which is really dear to you that you're concerned about just now, there's something quite destined about it. And it's with the moon here, this Two of Swords is the moon here as well, and a lot of the Two of Swords, they're often crossed, but this one is uncrossed, and you're bound in some way to each other. It's reminding you that there is a really deep connection here, and the reality is that you don't want to be making a choice. If you feel that maybe something's wrong in this relationship and you need to be making, if you're at a crossroads with it, it's kind of urging you to go back to the reality that this relationship isn't done yet. It's got a lot more mileage in it, and there's an awful lot of value to be had in this relationship still. Because you've got the Knight of Wands in your passion. So the Knight of Wands is very much about that there is, if this passion for some reason has been withdrawn, it's been withdrawn for a reason. So either someone's hurt, it's not because, this is kind of taking us back to why is the passion not there? Why is things dulled down a bit? This is kind of talking about the fact that there has been huge amounts of passion before. So it's not like you're just in a relationship and you're starting to think, I'm not sure if this is actually a bit dull, or I'm not sure if this is really where I want to be going, because there's huge amounts of passion with this Knight of Wands, and the passionate can be within this communication. This is all coming back again to communication, and really being able to talk passionately about how you're feeling and saying what your needs are and what your wants are just now, because the key to it is that whatever painful thoughts or disappointment you're having about this relationship, or the other person is having about this relationship, these swords need to be looked at, and they need to be discussed, and you need to reignite and relight whatever flame has been taken away, because the cards are really guiding you towards this being quite a powerful relationship, friendship, or loving relationship. Whatever the relationship is, the key will be within whatever has hurt you. So you need to either be really listening very carefully to what the other person is telling you. So it might be that it can be really hard if you've hurt someone to actually hear that you've hurt them. The cards are urging you, if that is the case, you need to be able to empathise and really open your heart and drop down your guard and be able to hear their pain. And if it's the other way around, it's urging you that you need to communicate whatever it is which is in your head or in your heart which is hurting you, whatever it is which is getting you down. It's telling you that this is a really safe place to communicate. This is a safe place to allow your heart to be open, because it will be received, and there is mileage, and there is way forward in this relationship at the moment. This is how it is right now. So I hope that's been helpful. I hope it's been useful. Please leave a comment if you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, share the video, and hit the notification bell. And hopefully you'll come over to my channel and see some more of my videos. Thank you. Hi to those of you who chose the pink rose quartz pyramid. So in this reading we are looking at the relationship energy, communication, strength and weakness, the reality, its passions, and the key to its future. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do hit the subscription button. It's completely free, and hit the notification bell so you can hear when more videos are being released. It really helps the channel grow. Thank you. And if you find this video enjoyable, please share it and leave a comment below. Let me know how it resonated. So this might be a relationship which is a love relationship. It could be one which is a friendship, family members, so take it as it resonates. You'll know what it's referring to. So its energy just now is the Seven of Wands. So whoever's chosen the rose quartz pyramid, it feels that you're feeling slightly on guard towards someone at the moment. Its communication is the Six of Swords. Just getting the strength of this relationship right now. We have the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords is coming up a lot for a lot of people in September, so it feels like quite a few people are at a crossroads just now, and lots of decisions being made. Just drop some of those. So we have the High Priestess as its weakness. So it could be that some secrets have been coming out, or you're a bit concerned about some secrets being found out, or you're feeling a bit suspicious about people. Its reality is the Knight of Pentacles. Its passion is the Hangman in reverse. And the key to its future is the Ten of Swords. Okay. So for those of you who've chosen this pile, you're feeling in a defensive mode. It feels like you're standing back a little bit, and as a general energy of it, you're standing back and weighing up your choices, and it feels like you really are at a crossroads when you're deciding whether or not you're going to stay or go within a relationship. So as I say, it could be with a friendship, it doesn't have to be love or romance. The communication aspect of it, it feels as though, and with the High Priestess here, it does feel as if the communication isn't actually as honest as it could be. Not so much that it's dishonest, but it's more avoidant. So it's almost like this defensive, it feels like there's barriers up, which means that full truths aren't being said. So it's not necessarily that it's lies or suspicious things being hidden, but it does feel as if the communication, because of this defensiveness, it's slightly like it's walking on eggshells. So it's almost like, although things need to be said, either you or the other person is scared to, because they don't want to upset something, and it's making everyone a bit prickly towards each other, which is making the communication not as fruitful as it could be, because either you or the other person is almost too scared to rock the boat. You're trying to keep everything so calm, because obviously something, either for one of you in the previous relationship, you're trying to avoid having a replay of that, or in the past your relationship has been, it's been quite turbulent and you're both trying to avoid that. Or it could be that you're just both people who are more passive or scared of conflict. But whatever it is, that aspect of you is meaning the communication doesn't always come out as honestly or as helpful as it could do, because you're holding back real feelings. So you're holding back real feelings, so the other person can't actually, no real growth can happen in the relationship, because you're trying to avoid something, you're trying to avoid a conflict or an upset. Its strength is the Two of Swords here. So within this trying to avoid conflict, although that can be a little bit problematic, because it means that things don't always get tackled or dealt with, it does mean that it actually gives you both quite a lot of freedom in some ways, because you're trying not to upset each other. you actually give each other a lot of freedom. There's no ultimatums, there's no actual conflict. So, but that also means that, so although there's no growth, there's also, it means that you're not having to make decisions or choices. It's avoiding conflict, and it's actually coming up as that being a strength just now. So it does feel as though you are in a place at this moment, the energy of you just now does not want to be having conflicts, and this relationship is allowing you to avoid conflicts for some reason. But it is warning you that by not actually then dealing with the conflicts, it means that secrets are starting to, as I say, it's not necessarily secrets as in something being hidden, but it means that you're becoming less in contact with actually understanding how the other person's feeling. They're becoming less aware truly of how you're deeply feeling, you know, what your soul's desires are, what your true feelings are. So you're starting to lose contact with each other and a true understanding of what the other one's feeling and thinking at the moment. The reality of it, you've got the Knight of Pentacles here. So it doesn't feel like a new relationship that you're dealing with. It feels like quite a stable relationship, and it feels as if that the reality is that because you've got this form of communication going on where it's almost softly around each other, it means that when it's moving, it's quite stable. It doesn't rock the boat at all, but it's making it move quite slowly, and that's, as I say, it's stopping any growth really. It feels like it's everyone's too scared to say anything, too scared to upset anyone, and the reality is it's just making it not rock the boat, but stable, but not actually particularly productive as such here. And the passion, you've got the Hangman, but you've got it in reverse. So the passion of it is that this not rocking the boat almost means that there's a huge amount of empathy within the relationship. There's you've got this, it's almost like there's a cycle, there's a conversation which isn't quite going anywhere because you've got too much empathy. Neither one's wanting to upset the other. The pace is going very slowly, but it means that there's an underlying tension which is getting stronger and stronger and stronger because the passion between it is that you don't really want to hurt this other person, they don't really want to hurt you, but this tiptoeing around each other is meaning that there's not really very much fast movement happening for either of you at the moment. And the key to this future is you've got the Ten of Swords here. So the guidance you're getting, you're really getting this this guidance to, it needs to stop. This kind of tiptoeing, this not speaking out, not speaking the truth. There's a lot. You're very in your head just now when you're thinking about this relationship. It's not. You're not using your heart space. You're not using your passions here. You are stuck in your head, and this is urging that you need to kind of stop that cycle of moving slowly and being quite so empathetic, being quite so defensive or tiptoeing around each other, because unless you can put an end to that way of communicating, there's not going to be any movement, and you're just going to stay in this quite stuck, almost tense feeling with this person, this slightly unstable feeling. So that's the guidance you're getting. It's just to put an end to the tiptoeing and knowing that it's okay to talk your truth, and although it might be very loving to be empathetic, you also need to be putting your side forward. You need to be talking your truth and being able to hear their truth as well without feeling defensive. So I hope that's been helpful for how your relationship is right now in the moment. Please leave a comment below. Don't forget to hit the subscription button and hit the notification bell and hit the like if you enjoyed the video. And please feel free to share it on your social media. That would really help to get the video out there as well. Thank you. Hi to those who chose the Fool's Gold path over there. So we're looking at the relationship right now. So it's for whichever relationship you're looking at this moment. So it might be a loved one, but it might also just be a friendship or a family. It'll be whatever it is, however it resonates for you. And we'll be looking at its energy, its communication, its strengths and weaknesses, its reality, its passions, and the key to its future. So just looking at the energy of the relationship right now. So energies are constantly changing. It's ever changing. But the energy just now is the Two of Pentacles. So there's an aspect somewhere in your life which you're feeling that you're having to balance. You're having to weigh things up and potentially keep plates spinning at the moment. So it's quite, it's quite a tiring energy, that can be quite tiring to keep everything happy, to keep a smiley face going, to keep the rainbow glowing. And you can see that it's starting to cause a little bit of ruckus in you in the background here. So just looking at the communication of this relationship, the communication within this relationship for the Fool's Gold pile. Communication just now in this relationship. So we have the Ace of Wands in reverse. It's strength. Looking at the strength of this relationship, the strength energy in this relationship. We have the King of Swords. It's weakness. We have the Nine of Pentacles. It's reality. We have the Three of Pentacles. Cards for its future, the energy, of its passion, the energy of its passion. We have the Two of Cups, beautiful, and the key to its future. So we have the Magician. Right, so we have this juggling act that's going on here. Sorry, we haven't got the Magician at the bottom, we've got the Hangman, my apologies. And we've got the Hangman at the bottom. So with this Ace of Wands in reverse for its communication, it does, communication has taken a little bit of a dive, or it's time to reevaluate how communication is happening at the moment, because at the moment the communication is not being very productive. It's not getting the desired outcome. It feels as though you're not being very clear about your actual needs, and sometimes it's really hard to speak our needs, especially to do it without manipulating or causing a sense of blame or guilt. But it does feel as though you're spinning so many plates and you're wanting to communicate this to somebody, but you're not doing it in a way which they're being able to receive. You're doing it in a way where they're not actually hearing it, because it could just be that you're trying to show them that you're doing too much or taking on too much. You're trying to hint it potentially in a way, and they're not actually hearing this. It's falling on deaf ears, and that's becoming more and more frustrating for you, because you're not understanding why they're not helping more, or they're not supporting you more, or they're not loving you in the way that you're asking to be loved. But they're just not hearing what your needs are for some reason here at the moment. And its strength is the King of Swords in reverse. And I'm just going to take a clarifier for that one there, for its strength. Because with it being reversed, we'll just see, sometimes the reversals don't come out. So we have the Three of Wands and the King of Swords in reverse as your strength. So the actual strength of it is that you do spin these plates. Ironically enough, the thing that you're feeling that you're the one who's doing the juggling or having to create the stability within the relationship actually is its strength. So although you're not communicating that you'd like to have more support at the moment with something within a relationship, it actually, your ability to take on that role is actually its strength. So it could just be that you may well still be needing to have the role of being the organizer or the juggler or the person who instigates or creates the foundation somewhere, but maybe it's just that you need to be communicating more, that you really need to feel more appreciated for what you do. So it's not saying that you need to necessarily change the role and be delegating or expecting them to do something, because most of the time if people aren't doing something in the first place, you asking them to do it isn't going to make them do it. And if they do try and do it, they won't do it the way you want them, and there'll be more resentment kind of thing. So there is this feeling that it's maybe accepting that this is the role within the relationship that you have, that you are the planner, you are the driving force behind it, and the way you're communicating your upset about that or your lack of appreciation about that just needs to change in a way that the other person can receive it. Because the weakness you have for the relationship is the Nine of Pentacles here. So because you're doing this, you're feeling so lonely. And it does feel that within this relationship, there's this sense that you're in a relationship or you're working with someone, and yet you don't feel like you're working with someone or you have a partnership. So you're actually feeling really lonely within it, kind of thing. And that's becoming a real weakness. And again, it feels that that there's a lack of appreciation. You're creating all this abundance around you, and you're sharing it. This is a relationship spread, so it does feel as if you're sharing it with someone, but what you're asking for is appreciation. What you are needing right now is actually for them to recognise how much you're doing and appreciating it. That's what you're asking for. And you can see how she's looking straight out here, and it's almost like she's saying, can't you see everything I'm doing? Can't you see what I'm giving here? Can't you see I need you to give me something back. So it could be that they don't take on the roles that you're doing, but they're going to do something else, even if it's running you a nice warm bath after you've done all the organising for something, but you need to communicate it to them in a way that they can receive it. It could be that you actually literally have to say, when I'm tired, I want you to give me a massage. Sometimes we just don't communicate our needs in a way that people understand, and if you say you're not supporting me, people don't always understand what it means. And it's kind of urging you to be really clear about what would make you feel appreciated, what would make you feel needed and valued. So its reality is the Three of Pentacles. The reality is these things that you've done in this relationship, and again, it doesn't have to be a love relationship. It could just be that you're the mother in a family and you're asking for something. It could be even within an employment situation, you're asking for recognition. But what it is actually saying, the reality is, it's really stable. Whatever work and stuff you've put in, it's really abundant and it's working. And the reality is that you have created something amazing. And the cards are urging you that even if you're not feeling appreciated within this relationship that you're questioning and asking about, it's really urging you to recognise it just within yourself, to have the self-love and the self-appreciation aspect, to sit back and think, do you know what? I've created something really amazing. I am spinning things, I'm balancing things, I'm making things work. The reality is you are very, very successful in what you are creating within a relationship just now. Now, for the passion that you've got here, you've got the absolutely perfect card for the passion, I believe, is you've got the Two of Cups. So this is a beautiful unity. And ironically enough, it kind of contradicts everything which is here of you feeling that it's one side and you putting all the work in, because what this is actually saying here, the passion and the love between you and this other person, this relationship, the utter partnership actually is there. So the foundation is hugely there, and it feels as if, and there is so much love, it feels as if for whatever reason you've just lost sight of it, or they've lost sight of it because they're just taking you for granted. And it's saying if you could just get back to that point, there is huge love here. The true passion of it is you're getting so focused on who does what and who's doing this and how much you're having to make something work that you're kind of forgetting that actually this is based on complete adoration and complete love. And you need to be getting back to this love. The key to the success of this relationship is the Hangman. So if you have been just coming at someone, just complaining, or no, I don't necessarily mean that it's unjustified complaining, because it feels that you really have been taking on an awful lot here and being the driving force within something and creating something amazing, which the two of you are able to enjoy together. But it's saying if you need to kind of sit back a little bit and take stock, and maybe all the work you're doing or all the things you're doing and all the plates you're juggling, maybe you don't have to be doing all of them as well. So while you're looking for appreciation, it's also asking you to actually stand back and say, okay, but do I have to be doing all that? Does it actually need to be done? Are there some plates that I could just let drop and let smash, and actually the world wouldn't stop? And maybe I could have more time just enjoying my life rather than trying to get a job done or a work done or a plan in place, or just trying so hard to keep everything stable, that if you were able to just stand back a little bit and get back to this place of just really enjoying each other rather than trying to make things balance and work. And it's also reminding you to the empathy aspect, that for me, how this is saying, it's saying that they can't see your point of view if you don't communicate it in a way, a really truly tangible way. So it is making sure you're not hinting that you're feeling burdened, or you're not hinting that you feel they're not pulling their weight, or that you're having to do all the whatever it is that you feel is you're having to plate spin with. It's really communicating it in a way where they can see your point of view without feeling they're being attacked, or without feeling they're being judged or criticised, to find a way to communicate in a way that they can truly receive. So there's two aspects there. There is that communicating your needs in a really clear way, and there's also looking at the fact that it's everything that you're doing. Do you need to do all of it, or could you be focusing a little bit more just on enjoying the beautiful passion, or the beautiful love, or the beautiful friendship that you have with somebody? So I hope that's been helpful, and I hope it gives some guidance to your relationship as it is right now. Please hit the subscribe button and share the video if you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit the notification bells so you can hear when more videos come out, and hit the like, and leave a comment. Let me know how you found it. Thank you.